This is some really weird stuff coming from Elizabeth Warren. I think it's very telling. This was hilarious. Everyone was clowning this on Twitter because it was so hilariously stupid. So let me read this thread to you from Liz. She says climate change is real. It's worsening by the day, and it's undermining our military readiness. More and more, accomplishing the mission depends on our ability to continue operations in face of floods, drought, wildfires, desertification, and extreme cold. Senior military leaders have warned Congress of the national security challenge that climate change poses. The military is taking steps to become more energy efficient and resilient, but instead of meeting this threat head on, Washington is ignoring it and making it worse. Today, I'm introducing my Defense Climate Resiliency and Readiness Act to harden the U.S. military against the threat posed by climate change and to leverage its huge energy footprint as part of our climate solution. The Pentagon is the single largest government consumer of energy and is dependent on fossil fuels. To improve military readiness and help us achieve a Green New Deal, the Pentagon should achieve net zero carbon emissions for all its non-combat bases and infrastructure by 2030. We don't have to choose between a green military and an effective one. My plan will improve our service members' readiness and safety and achieve cost savings for American taxpayers. Together we can fight climate change and win. So, we should be trying to get the military, and I guess the Pentagon is the single largest government consumer of energy, and they're a really big consumer of energy. So we should be trying to, we need to get that to 100% renewables, by some certain line. I guess 2030 is a good year benchmark to have. But the thing about this is it's undermining our military readiness. More and more, accomplishing the mission depends on our ability to continue operations, blah, blah, blah. And the weird thing about this is it's not being framed as, yo, the Pentagon is destroying our climate and we need to stop the destruction of our climate, and the military is doing this is bad. The take, instead of being our military sucks the way that it's structured and what it's doing, it's no. War crimes are okay, except for as long as it's doing it with renewable energy, 100% renewable energy. So in other words, war crimes are okay as long as it's done with renewable energies. That's what's weird about this. It's not fuck the military budget is too high, we're committing war crimes, we're now trying to go into a war with Iran, all of this stuff, right? And this is very telling because remember when Warren voted for that budget increase for the military that Byrne voted against, but she voted for? Remember that. It tells a lot about how she feels about the MIC and how she feels about her position towards the military, right? Our position should be we should neuter the military because it's basically become welfare in the United States, as well with the MIC, going in a circle and funding jobs, etc., etc. It's killing innocent children in places like Yemen. It's really sad when you think about it because a company like Lockheed Martin really depends upon war and the cycle that goes on, and they're, very responsible for those kinds of things. I know that Lockheed Martin has close ties to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump vetoed the bill that would end the war, the support for the war in Yemen perpetrated by Saudi Arabia. This is just really weird. The responses were absolutely hilarious. I'll read a couple of these. One of them says, "Mother, may we do war crimes outside today? The weather is so pleasant." It says, "When I heard climate change is a threat to all life on Earth, I was understandably worried. But having heard that it may also affect the U.S. ability to kill brown people, I now realize how bad the situation really is. We must act to secure a future for tomorrow's war criminals." This is extreme, and everyone's just clowning. Everyone's clowning. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. It says, "Can't do war crimes. The climate is changing." Climate change making wars really tough for us is a terrible take. So I don't know what's going on with Liz on this take, but what are you doing, man?